Welcome to the live stream. Today is Monday, March the 13th, 2023. 333. Gotta play that number. Today is Monday Motivation, and we're going to be talking about building extreme work ethics and what it's going to take you to be able to take your life and your business to the next level by creating good work ethics, right? I'm noticing a lot of people um, just because they want something that it's automatically going to come into fruition. A lot of people think just because they pay for something, or they think that just because that they thought about it, that everything's going to work out in their favor. And we're going to cover today a lot. So if you don't want to, be listening to stuff that you feel like is offensive, I definitely suggest you log off, because this is about to get really real for a lot of people. But before we get started, do me a favor, let me know where you're watching from. Where you watching from? Monday is always crazy for us. And probably I say May, we're gonna be switching it up. So a lot of our content uh need a drink. A lot of our content a lot of our content is going to be entrepreneur based, not just real estate focused. So a lot of our content is going to be for people who just entrepreneurs who, run a business, not just real estate, right? So we agree to go live from now all the way to December. I'm thinking to kind of mix it up 50-50 real estate, 50-50 entrepreneurs, because it would be fair just to go live every day. And the only thing I'm talking about is just real estate, right? So starting May, no, when is April 1st? It's going to be a whole lot of new content, new information. We're also creating a new business opportunity page where we're going to be presenting different business opportunities that always been vetted that you can take advantage of. Just because there's so many people out here that need an extra one or two hustles, and they don't know anything outside of what they know, and that's perfectly fine. But there's so many different ways you can make money that make your head spin. But like I said, building extreme work ethics, right? First thing first, you have to be motivated, right? You telling people your goals and dreams isn't going to get you to where you want to be. So if you don't want this information for yourself, then you already, to me, lost out the gate, right? So if the point is that you think that you're supposed to be doing this stuff and everything's supposed to work in your favor, and you don't have a strong work ethic, you already lost. So you have to go to the drawing board and say, yo, what is it going to take for me to get to where I want to be, right? What is it going to take for me to what is it going to take for me to put myself in a situation where I can be and do the things that I dream of. See, everything's look good when you dream of it, you write it on paper, but when it's time to implement it and create massive action, most of us fail. And because we don't want it bad enough, and we don't have the motivation, and realistically, we don't have people around us holding us accountable. We that's the biggest thing. People, you don't have enough accountability, people. So one of my biggest suggestions going into next month is to find you a group of people, or find you one or two people that can hold you accountable, because there's not enough people holding you accountable, and now you're getting away with mediocre results, right? You're getting away with just paying for a product and not reading the course, not going through the information, not taking the proper training, not doing all the things that's necessary for you to take your business to the next level, right? Everything is there in your face, but you want somebody to do the work for you and hold your hand. There's no such thing as somebody actually doing everything for you. You have to contribute something to the table, and that's what's wrong with this country. Where this country is starting to become built on entitlement, and people think that just because I feel obligated to something, that it's supposed to be mine, right? And so the biggest downfall that I see a lot of entrepreneurs make is that they fall into that same entitlement trap. And what that entitlement trap is, okay, I paid some money, so I deserve the fruits of the rewards or the success. Okay, I hired somebody, now I don't have to do anything, and I deserve the fruits and the rewards to the success. Okay, I show up, but I don't take notes, I don't read, I don't listen, I don't pay attention, and I still deserve the fruits and the rewards to the success. And the biggest thing that most people gotta understand is after you show up, you must implement. You must create massive action. You must create massive strategy. There's going to be times where you have to work, right? And you can't make it to your child's soccer game. You can't make it to your date night. You can't do this. So in entrepreneurship, there's this thing called sacrifice. And most people are not familiar with that because they're coming from a W-2 job with sacrifice isn't really a normal thing. They have union and benefits. They have W-2 employment benefits. They have guaranteed 2 days off a week. So they're struggling to make this adjustment to create this work ethics. And these work ethics are not matching up to what their goals and dreams are. So I get a chance to work with hundreds of people on a yearly basis. And I can tell you, like, I can spot a person and say, this person is lazy. This person has a little work ethic. This person is bullshitting themselves. This person will never get to where they want to be because they can't take accountability. So the biggest thing that I want to tell you guys is when you create this extreme work ethic, you're going to first of all take 100% accountability for anything that happened into your life, even if it's someone else's fault. Then you're going to create an actionary plan where you have consistent step-by-step processes to get to where you need to be and where you want to be. And then lastly, you're going to make sure everybody around you has the same understanding of what is expected of them to be able to do their jobs to the next level. And if that means you sticking around having to stay up late to learn a specific thing or software or course or training or whatever the case may be, so be it. That's what you need to do to take your life to the next level. So the biggest thing I'm telling people is if you want to take your life to the next level, you got to be willing to commit to right now. Not later, not next week, not I get to it next month, not we start next month. No, right now, today. Because if you start cutting corners in your life, it's going to become a pattern. And patterns become habits. And habits become things that you just can't get rid of. It's instilled in you. It becomes a part of you, your genes, your morals, your values, your ethics, all of that. So if you want to become a person that has restrained work ethics, you first of all have to start with you. You have to say, listen, I'm at a point in my life where I need to do this, I want to do this, and I have to do this, right? Some people are not at that point. Some people, I'm thinking about doing it, but I don't want to do it. Or I want to do it, but I don't have to do it. So you have to need, want, and have to in order to become this crazy person that can put out a lot of production in your life. And what I mean by production, I mean being able to make this substantial great money, being able to lead people from the forefront, being able to stay consistent in everything you're doing, and being able to control your destiny without blaming others for your failures. See, it's easy to blame somebody. Well, if it wasn't for Antoine, I would be far here. If it wasn't for, listen, I never blame nobody for my, shortcomings. So one of the biggest things that I see new people that want to work for themselves, is they can't accept the accountability. Because there's never been a time in their life where they had to accept full accountability for what went wrong. They can blame it on their boss. They can blame it on the coworker. They can blame it on the computers at work. They can blame it on anything but themselves. So if you want to really be extreme with your life and what you're doing, you first have to say, no, that's my fault. I take full responsibilities for this, right? And that's why most people don't show up. People show up at the beginning of the year, right? And I'm telling you, I see this even with my lives. Like I see the trend. People show up at the beginning of the year because it feels good, it sounds good. And then after a while, they fade away. That's the pattern of life. People only do things because it feels good to them. Now, when it comes to the hard work, the grind, the grit, and when you start to face, turbulence in your life and your business or whatever the case may be, then that's when people like to show up. They're not going to show up. They're not going to do what it takes to get to the next level. They're not going to, be a critical thinker to figure out, okay, damn, I'm at this point, but what I got to do this. So my biggest worry with a lot of entrepreneurs is, do they have an extreme work ethic? Are they willing to stay a little late to help figure things out? Are they willing to do whatever it takes to get to the next level, right? If you're watching this, write next level in the chat. Write next level in the chat. If you doing what is necessary and you're trying to take your life to the next level, write next level in the chat. Because just by participating, that shows me you're paying attention. Like the biggest thing that we don't do is we don't participate in our business and our life consistently enough. We just show up, just do enough to skate by and keep on going. But we got to be ultimate participators and show up. I've been showing up since January 1st. Haven't missed a date on this live stream. And I can give myself plenty of reasons why I shouldn't be on this live stream. But the reason why I do it is because I understand that I play a big role in everybody's lives. That a lot of people outside these doors can't afford to go pay someone $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 to teach them the things about real estate or the things about entrepreneurship. So what I do, I create something where you can show up and I provide you the information and you take that information, you implement it, and you're going to make money. That's the simplest equation that I can give you. You're going to make the money, but you got to be willing to show up. You got to be willing to do the work. You got to be willing to participate and be attentive. Not just do enough to get by like you do at your job, but you got to show up and show out. And that's the biggest thing most people can't do. They can't show up and show out and give it 150%. They only can do just enough to skate by and fall under the radar. And so that's something you got to ask yourself. Am I a under the radar type of person? You know, or am I willing to show up and do what's necessary? So am I willing to show up and do what's necessary, or am I willing to just fall under the radar? So that's what I want to understand and ask to you guys today. What is your work ethics? How many hours a week that you put into learning your craft? Are you even studying? It blows my mind the people that say, yo, I can't get leads, I'm struggling. Then I'm like, okay, what you done this week? Or if you bought a course from me or somebody else, and I'm like, okay, well, did you even go to the training? No. Then why the fuck you calling me? Go to the training first. Take time to learn the information. You think somebody's just going to do all this information for you? For what? And then the information is good enough to get you where you need to be. But we so lazy that we can't even do the basic things. We want to hit home runs and we can't even hit a bat that goes to first base, but you want to hit a grand slam. So my biggest thing that I want to tell you guys out there that's watching is you got to do more for yourself. You got to hold yourself a little more accountable. And I guarantee you start seeing the results. You know, I know that COVID took 2 years off this country education progress, right? And that's okay. But if you don't have basic critical thinking skills where you can't take a problem and go to Google and figure it out on your own or ask questions and, you know, or write it out or call, like let's say, for example, it's a software, right? And, you know, for me, every software is different. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go watch their help videos. And if I still don't understand it, then I'm going to call them and see, is there a way that they can do a one-on-one demo with me again? Because maybe there is something I missed that I'm not comprehending. But I'm not going to sit there and shrug my shoulders and be like, yo, this don't work. This isn't fair. You guys got to pick up the pace. You want to make $100,000 a month or $100,000 a year, whatever the case may be, you got to pick up the pace mentally and physically. So the point I'm telling you is you need to build these strong work ethics. When we officially launched our stream program, which is it's a motivation platform, business platform, networking platform, it's going to be the best thing that everybody's ever seen. Because we're going to be doing mixers. Like people are like, yo, we bring the meetup back. When I do the meetups again, it's not just going to be a bunch of motherfuckers just sitting around looking stupid. It's going to be people networking, doing business together, people coming in, giving tips and tricks. It's going to be real high level. It's going to be like a mixture between like a yacht club and and book clubs. Like, it's going to be a lot. So when the whole Strain brand launch, I want everybody to be a part of it. It's really no fee to it. Obviously we have one-off products and courses and trainings, but like, it's going, for the first, 500 people, there's no fee. But then after that, as we build, obviously we have to charge to be able to support everybody. We have to get VAs to help out and stuff. But the point I'm making to you guys is, y'all got to start holding yourselves accountable first. Y'all got to start looking at your work ethics. What I've done last week. Give yourself an assessment. What you done last week. What you done last week compared to what you could have done last week, right? So I know, if for me, for example, though, there's a lot more I could have done last week, right? So my biggest thing for people is, you got to acknowledge that. When you try to hide it and put it in your back pocket or throw it underneath the bus or whatever, you try to hide these flaws and these issues that you may be occurring in your life, it's going to set you back. But when you acknowledge it and then come up with a game plan and say, yo, how can I fix this stuff for my life? How can I take this and take my life to the next level? Then that's when things start clicking for you, right? But you got to be a student to the game. You got to be willing to learn and listen and educate yourself and follow directions. And most people are not equipped to follow simple directions, right? So one of the biggest things I told my team was, a lot of my clients that come to me is not in they're not in the best situation with their credit, their financial situation. How about we take our approval company and get it back off the ground, and then do these free credit audits for people? So if you have less than a 720 credit score, it shouldn't be no reason why you're not getting a free credit audit to figure out what could we do to help you get to a 720, so that way you can get more money for your business. Because with a 720, I can pretty much guarantee you'll get $250,000 in credit cards and loans and stated income lending products just by having a decent credit score. Now, ask yourself, what could you do with that $250,000? I'm not saying go to the mall, ball out, buy you drinks and clothes and shoes and shit. No. I'm saying, what could you do for investing in yourself and in your business with $250,000? You don't have to spend the whole $250,000, but you have access to it, right? You may take $20,000, then put it in your setup campaign. You may do a new marketing. You may hire a Facebook ad person. You may hire a consultant like myself. Like, whatever the case may be, you're on a path for progress. So what is your path for progress? That's something that you got to ask yourself, like, okay, how can I finish out the rest of this year strong, even though we're going into second quarter next month? How can I set the tone and the pace? Because clearly January, February, March, I didn't do much of shit. So I'm pretty sure April, May, June, July is going to be the same shit. So you got to ask yourself, what could I do to switch it up? For most people, it's the lack of resources, funding, and money that's holding them back from taking their life and their business to the next level. For some people, it's simply laziness. They're just fucking lazy. So you need to take $1,000 or $1,500 from that $250 and go hire you a motivational coach. You hire you a mentor. Go fucking find somebody that can, put some fire on your ass and make you do your job. Because clearly you don't have enough accountability in your life. Right? And it's not to try to shame anybody. It's just to be honest and be truthful. See, we live in a society where being truthful is being disrespectful. Any questions, guys? Any questions? By the way, I sent out that email today to you. This is the first time me actually sending out emails. Sometimes my guy, busy. I supposed to go live today. He texts me, let's go live at 1. I'm already live. What do you mean? So sometimes you have to step up. I could easily blame him and say, dog, you're not doing your job. Shit ain't going where I want to go. Sometimes you have to take initiative in yourself to keep things going. I'm not the point the finger type of guy. I'm not going to point the finger at him. I'm going to say, all right, clearly you was busy. I know enough to say, damn, how can I? Okay, let me type my email. Okay, let me make it hyphenated. Okay, this the people I want to send it to. I don't want to send it to these people because they bullshitters. Okay, boom, send it out to 3,000 people. Who got my email? Put me in the chat. See, the point is you can't let nothing stop you. Right? What Puffy say? Can't nothing hold me down. Oh no. Like, that's how you gotta be. But if I spend all day feeling sorry for myself, how could I be where I want to be in life? If I spend all day blaming others why I'm not where I want to be, how could I want to be where I want to be in life? You know a big blessing's on its way, but you can't even have no small shit that life throwing at you. How can you say you want to be a 7-figure person, 8-figure person, 9-figure person, and you can't even deal with 4-figure problems? That's something that I want you guys to work on. You know, Monday motivations is not meant to coach you up and make you feel good. Monday motivation to give you a dose of reality, to let you know where you at with things. To teach and show you that, yo, there's a lot more you can be doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Any questions? How was our weekend? Right? What's your weekend look like? What did you accomplish this weekend? I tell you how my weekend was. Went to the barbershop, got a haircut. Might not look like it, but you know, it is what it is. Went to the barbershop, got a haircut. Came home and studied. I studied this weekend, studied a lot. You know, like the biggest thing I learned from my banquet manager, Philip Janetto, when I was working in the hotel was you got to take all your spare time, like time that you spend on the couch, watching TV, time you spend driving to the store, time you spend in the shower, like all this dead time that you have, and take that and utilize it. You have this thing called YouTube. I got this new joint called Lit Video Books where they take all of your favorite books and turn them into video. And it's proven that 40% of people learn better watching video. So, like, you know, I'm watching A Profit First now. I got another video book player. It's not a video book, it's an audio book player. Oh, by the way, that live on Friday was a what's up? Cause that live on Friday, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, that was a pre-recorded video that I did back in 2020, and look how relevant the information still is, right? That's when I did the Drip conference. So we just wanted it Friday to be a lot of value, and the content vault is crazy. Like, yo, we got like hundreds of videos that I never released. That's just sitting back chilling, and I don't know, you know, I'm just not so pressed to put all that stuff out there, but we got a lot of information for you guys. Even now, as we making my pivot to really just help entrepreneurs in general, like, dog, there's so much information and content that I got that I can speak on, talk about. Like, I feel like just talking about real estate is really holding a lot of people back because, yeah, real estate is a compartment of what we do. So if me just speaking on that, that's not fair for everybody else that we can be serving too. So you're going to start hearing me talk about Facebook ads. You're going to start hearing me talk about outsourcing a lot more. You're going to start hearing me talking about funnels and copywriting. You're going to, like, it's a lot that I can bring to the table that I just don't do because I'm so loyal to my real estate followers. But I realized that for me to personally get to the next level I want to be, I got to help more people. And and the only way I can help more people is to reach more people. The only way to reach more people is to speak on more things that I know, right? Not just speaking on shit I know about, but I know about reels. And, you know, one of my reels hit 6 million views. Like, I got a couple of them. I got like 5 or 6 1+ million view reels. So, like, I know understanding how to get attention and building up your pipeline and take your business to the next level. It's just that now I want to put that out there for the masses to understand. So the catalog crazy already, but when we start putting that stuff out there, you're going to know. So I had a good meeting with my man last night. We really talk about implementation strategies and things of that sort. So you're going to see a whole lot of them on me. What else? Like I say, man, just holding yourself accountable, making sure that you're building a strong work ethic, and just making sure you're not pointing the fingers at others, right? It's going to come to a point in time when you're going to have to step up for your life, for your business, for your family, and there's no one that you should be pointing a finger at but yourself if things don't go the way you want to go. And that's all I can tell you today, guys. Other than that, I want to answer a few questions, but before I answer a few questions, let's go to a quick break. You know what I mean? I got to pay these bills. So approval, if you don't have approval, go over to sign up for approval, get a free credit audit. It don't cost you anything to get the audit. So let me put them on so you can watch that commercial.
This show is sponsored by Approval, approval.com. Go to approval.com right now to get a free credit audit. If you don't have at least a 720 credit score, they will get you a free credit audit to evaluate and see exactly what you need to do to improve your credit score to get to a 720. Now, go over there ASAP. Tell them Antoine sent you. Approval, APROOVEL.com, and they'll go and hook you up.
Yeah, so like I said, man, go to approval.com. They'll hook you up with a free credit audit. If you're an entrepreneur with less than a 720 credit score, do what you gotta do to get that to at least 720 so you can be able to get the funds and the money that you need to take your business to the next level. Like I said, if you have any questions, drop your questions. If not, we'll cut it short today. Very long, intensive day for me. I probably won't be done until about 7 o'clock tonight. So some days easy, some days good, some days hard. That's what entrepreneurship. You never know what you're going to get. You know, there's nothing predictable about it. Sometimes you're putting out fires. Sometimes you're chilling. But that's what you sign up for. So one of the things I can tell you is don't complain. Because if you truly want something and you sign up for it, you're the one that volunteered to do this. Nobody forced you to do this. So when things going bad or going good, you know, don't complain. That's all I can tell you. Drop your questions. If you don't have any questions, I got one more ad for you guys. If you're not using a VA in your business, you're like 5 years behind everybody else. You should be putting VAs in your business. And just
Hey, if you in need of hiring a virtual assistant, you do know that we own a virtual assistant company. Why don't you just click the link below to go to va.co929.com and get you a virtual assistant. Our virtual assistants are trained, vetted, and ready to go. We help thousands of people just like yourself hire their VA and make it a seamless process without having to struggle and worry about who they're going to hire and pick. Go to va.co929.com ASAP to book an appointment so we can help you hire a virtual assistant.
Yeah, so like I said, if you need a VA, go ahead and hire your virtual assistant. And we're going to wrap it up right here. I love and appreciate you guys. What do we have tomorrow? I think it's strategies, Tuesday strategies. I got to write this down. I'll be forgetting. So yeah, Tuesdays lead generation. Wednesdays we talk about different strategies. Thursdays VAs. Fridays Q&A. So yeah, just go there. Just go to the website co929.com. Book a call with us, and we'd love to get on the phone and see what we can do to help you. Other than that, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna leave it up for about 30 seconds just to make sure nobody don't have any questions. We passed the 30-minute mark. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to put them in the chat. If not, I'm gonna end it in 30 seconds.